everyone. In this episode, I'm going to be focusing on my recent wins, big and small, and the people that I'm so grateful for. Before anything else, um, I want to share how overwhelmed I am with all the support I got from this project. It feels so good to be heard, to be understood. It deepened my connection with my family and friends. May mga nakausap ako telling me how much they can relate, and nakilala ko yung mga taong natutulungan ng mga ganitong klaseng usap. And yung just by helping myself, nakakatulong rin ako sa iba. Sobrang nakakataba ng puso. So yeah, that in itself is actually a really big win for me. So, salamat. Salamat talaga sa inyong lahat. As a side note, to those 4 people disliking my YouTube videos, I have four haters, loyal haters so far. Is it funny though? How petty they can get? I mean, who would hate Sammy? Really, Sammy? I mean, go ahead. Go ahead and recruit more sympathizers. If you push me more, I just might include screenshots out here just to make things fun. But yeah, that's just too funny. One. Anyway, I know I haven't posted in a while. Sabi ko pa naman, I was hoping to get rid of all this baggage before I start my new job, but I was doing awful. I was doing really awful. I spiraled down the rabbit hole again. So yes, in light of that, trigger warning. There's probably going to be mentions of psych issues like depression and anxiety, some mentions of suicidal ideations and attempts at some point. So if that's going to be a trigger for you, please skip and take care of yourselves. But yes, it's hard. It's been so hard for me to do anything. It's so hard for you to do anything when you're spiraling and depressed. And if you know, you understand how it's simply impossible sometimes for people to get up and do things because of depression. You would know not to question that. If you'd argue how it's all in your head, that you just have to fight it, you're not wrong. You're not wrong in a general sense, but you're also very wrong to a certain degree because there are times you simply cannot. And you probably won't understand until you're experiencing it yourself. You simply weather it out until you recover, even just a little bit, to be able to do some things. And on this particular moments, I always remember this. I think it was a high school friend who posted this, but I'm too shy to reach out about naming her since I can't really remember for sure if it was her. But yeah, here goes. One of my college professors used to say, anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. I didn't understand that for years because I didn't do anything poorly. I couldn't do anything poorly. I had to do everything perfectly. But brushing your teeth for 30 seconds is better than not brushing them at all when that 2 minutes seems exhausting. Doing 10 minutes of yoga is better than 10 minutes of sitting when 30 minutes of cardio sounds impossible. Changing my clothes is good when a whole shower is impossible. Standing on the porch for a few minutes is worth it after being in the house for 3 straight days because I don't have the energy to go anywhere. So anything worth doing is worth doing poorly because doing it poorly is better than not doing it. Yeah. And I always share this when I see people struggling to cope because I know just how hard it is. And it makes you sick. It makes you physically sick to do anything. And I was there recently. So to stop rotting in bed the past week, that was a huge win for me. At hindi ko magagawa yun kung hindi dahil sa mga taong sumusuporta sa akin. And you'll be surprised where you'd get the support. Like I mentioned, I'm so thankful dun sa mga nagpakita ng suporta because I'm really surprised. It's not the people you'd expect. So I commented on this Facebook post and I was surprised with the support I got from strangers. So the post reads, your character always speaks for itself. So if it's only one person accusing you of being someone you're not, out of the many who truly know you, they are merely projecting who they are. Don't take it too hard. Just keep being you and walk on. It isn't worth being the collateral damage in someone else's war. They continuously fight with themselves. Kyle York. And yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. But hearing that from the wrong people is funny because this is what I said. This is what abusers say when they pick and choose who to abuse in private and are saints to practically everyone else. Sadly, everyone believes them or don't care since they're not the ones affected. It's true. Uh, so there's a lot of comments here from different people who could relate. But yeah, it's fairly common for victims to actually have this narcissist be a completely different person to us. So of course, not everyone can relate. Not everyone will believe us. Not everyone will see where all the toxicity within ourselves is coming from. And there's this one person who said, I can relate. Keep telling your story. Only the real ones meant to be on your journey will hear and understand. Sadly, narcissists are pure evil, and darkness always has to come to light. We matter, stand your ground, keep shining. These girls really got me bawling earlier. So I said, I need to do this now. Okay, I'll do this now. So thank you for subscribing, Sophia. Because it's true. And it hurts. It really hurts. When you'd see your abusers get more support from people you also considered to be your friends, it hurts. Because yes, like I said, it's one thing to keep out of trouble, it's another thing to pick and choose sides to blatantly support. Um, that's expected though. Our lives have been so entangled and we have so many mutual friends and acquaintances. So of course, it's sad to see people go, but that's all okay. Because they're really just weeding themselves out of my life. Because I know life is stressful. You can only spare so much energy. Life is already hard and we can't keep stressing over other people's problems. But you know how real friends are, right? Um, it's not being there all the time. It's not being constantly available. But you feel it. You feel the authenticity of real friends. And you feel it when people look at you as a burden. That's the reality of it. And it's sad to see old friends just blatantly ignore you like they do. Because I got that so many times from them. No, just ignore her. She's crazy. And they do just that. They just ignore me. Like I don't exist. Like they're not hearing me. Like they're not seeing me. Na parang hangin lang ako. Those are friends. And that's a really sad awakening for me. Kasi that's just a different kind of evil. And I pray you don't experience the same thing from the people you care about. And that's also why I get to really appreciate, like really, really appreciate the people who choose to support me, even publicly. Kasi the other side, they retaliate. Sa kanila, yun ang galing yung team cut na yan. Team? Really? Not tayo grade school. So to those who keep in touch and show support in private, I also appreciate you and I understand. That's why I also tell people it's better if you don't like my posts kasi they cut mutual friends off. Over that, over those petty reasons, they cut them off. Then babalik na rin nila saying it's us separating cliques. But our friends know this. I never asked any friends to cut them off. And on the contrary, lagi ko pa nga sinasabi even noon na, go, laro kayo, kamustahin nyo, enjoy. But what do? They retaliate. Ang masaklap doon palalabas yung mga sumbat. Mga sumbat sa tropa na totally unrelated and they weren't issues before, not until they find out that they're talking to us and suddenly they have problems with them as well. Bakit daw? Kasi how dare these mutual friends of ours speak to me, speak to us. How dare they stay friends with me, knowing what I've been saying about them? Nagkakalimutan yata tayo. Ah, you're forgetting you're the ones who abused me all these years before I went public with anything. I held it all in for so long, but you all kept pushing me. But how dare I speak the truth about what you all had me go through? Diba? For the past decade, you always said pa-victim ako masyado. What do you call that? What do you call you? So to those who stood by me, by us, thank you. Thank you for having the courage to do so. Kahit na may mga taong ganyan sa paligid. I know people don't want to lose friendships over other people's problems that they're not involved with, but we're not doing it.